Why are there so many bad screenplays out there? Micah Haley, film producer, screenwriter, follow this comment back and look at Paul Guyat's thoughts on this topic. And he also shares one hypothesis from another screenwriter he knows. One of Paul's frequent points on TikTok is that the cottage industry of screenwriting gurus don't really do it for a living and have never done it for a living and aren't really reliable. I totally co-sign that view, and I also want to add some other unreliable sources. One big one that can be deceiving is other people that work in film who are not screenwriters. In my own journey as a screenwriter, I never read any of these, screenwriting gurus' books. I didn't even know most of them existed. At most I knew that adaptation was largely mocking some professional screenwriting teacher that Charlie Kaufman hated, but that's really all I knew about it. And it wasn't until, the last couple of years I've read some of those books just so I have my own firsthand opinion on them and can sort of articulate exactly what I think is wrong with them. And yet I was led astray in certain respects early in my career because I was listening to non-screenwriters who worked in film tell me about what makes a good screenplay and how to screenwrite, how to do these things. There's lots of people who work in film, but they are not, full-time screenwriters who don't really know what they're doing. The reason why the advice I was getting from these people kind of passed the smell check is they check these two boxes. One, they work in film professionally, and two, they knew how to recognize a good screenplay. So the reason I trusted them was because I trusted their taste. They would give me a screenplay and say, read this. This is a really good screenplay. And I would read it, and it was. But here's the thing. Those people were not professional screenwriters. They knew how to recognize a good screenplay the same way, you probably know how to recognize a good novel, but that doesn't mean they know how to do the thing. It doesn't mean they know how to be a screenwriter and actually create the thing that's good. And the way that I was able to unlearn all of the junk I had in my head that was really complicating my ability to write a good screenplay was I, first of all, went to a psychiatrist and figured out some of my psych issues. Turned out I was battling ADHD and had no idea until my mid-30s. And second of all, I went back earlier in time. I went back and rediscovered my love of reading and my love of novels and all of this architecture I had sitting dormant in my brain that predated the start of college, the start of my career in film. And I just rediscovered story in its purest, most emotional form. And I recommend that you do the same.